All right. So, Master Duel, I don't even know when this game came out, but I came across it. I was nothing short of excited. So when this game came out, it reminded me of an old time I used to do in the old times. I played Yu-Gi-Oh around my neighborhood, and I eventually built a deck without ever purchasing any cards ever. I got my friends to give me all the cards that suck, but there was cards that had like secret goodness to them. You know, if you synergize the cards, you could make something out of them. And eventually, I came into a bartering system around my neighborhood. So what I did was I went from having like Man-Eater Bug, just regular Trap Hole, you know, a bunch of normal like throwaway cards. But I managed to take it enough to where I could bet someone a card. I said, I'll give you like all my Man-Eater Bugs if you just give me 3 cards though, and I'll make a trade for you. This is the trade. I will duel you for the trade. Best 2 out of 3. Either way, you're still getting good cards, but you're going to get a little bit shafted in one way or another. Eventually, I turned it into this whole big extravaganza here. It's a Penguin Soldier, Scapegoat, Swords of Revealing Light, Spirit Reaper, Creature Swap, bunch of Spirit Reapers and all that. I had the Sphinx cards, I had Fissure, Pyramid Turtles to get me there, Vampire Genesis, Vampire Lord, Summon Skulls, Master of the Curse, a bunch of 1900 and 2000 attack monsters like Mad Dog of Darkness and Gemini Elf. I ended up trading to all these. I never once purchased the Yu-Gi-Oh pack. It was such a good time those days. Of course, you can never forget a good old Blue Eyes White Dragon. It was nostalgia. Being able to play 8,000 life points, 5 monster zones, 5 spell and trap, and now they've done it. I had no idea what this game was going to entail when I got into it. Now I've already advanced a little bit into it. I'm level 6, as you can see in the top corner. I'm going to go through the storyline. That's one thing I think that you guys might be interested in. Instead of having to play the game through the solo mode, you can actually get the story about how we got where we are. The Monarchs. The Monarchs are these beings that apparently came mostly from the underworld and elements, and when the element sees humans or anything in nature, it just destroys. Fire, water, earth, light, dark, all of them just comes through, destroys everything. I forgot the god's name, but another elemental revives the lands, and it has a cycle that happens again and again. But this cycle has been cut when the people had prayers, and this is the second story into the solos. The element sabers were trained humans that got the ability to defend against the elements. And when the elements would start to go out of hand, these element sabers would take, if there's too much fire, they would start to build up the wind to beat the fire, keep the fire contained. And they were created on Earth, and they're always endlessly training to protect the Earth, to take care of the elements from ever going out of whack through the monarchs in the underworld. We're now moving on to the third part of the story. We've completed the absolute monarch, the emperor, the warriors of the 6 elemental lords, which were the elements sabers. Now we're going to talk about ruin and demise. Beckon, demise, king of Armageddon and ruin, queen of oblivion, who ply their destruction with different effects, draw a black curtain on the world with their powers of destruction. Ruin and demise. When a world is about to perish, it is seen on its way by 2 beings. The first is the red being that envelops in golden light and draws the curtain on the world. She is an androgynous goddess, barbed in red robes. She is God with no believers. That's only natural. A world visited by the goddess Ruin is on the path to destruction. Any intelligent life that would believe and worship that god would soon cease to exist. The second is a black being that envelops the world in blue flames which pulverizes the earth. The towering, omnipotent demon king adorned in black armor. He is a king with no vassals. That's only natural. A world visited by the demon king Demise will soon meet its end. Those who respect and serve that king would soon have their very lives destroyed. What makes a Demise and Ruin deck unique? Demise and Ruin ritual monsters can all be brought out with the ritual spell End of the World. Demise allows you to pay life points to destroy all their cards on the field except itself, and Ruin has the ability to make another attack once it destroys an opponent's monster in battle. That's awesome though. Pick which one in Ritual Summon by taking into consideration what's on an opponent's field, and you could deal a ton of devastating damage. In Duel Links, that was almost an ender every time that existed. You've drawn Into the World. Activate End of the World, Ritual Summon Queen of Oblivion. much tribute the other one for. When Queen of Oblivion destroys a monster by battle, it can attack again. Now attack the monster. Activate the effect of your Ruin Queen of Oblivion and attack one more time. Now end your turn. Okay. Ooh, demise. You cannot attack right now because your opponent's swords are revealing light. Yep. Activate Cycle of the World and Ritual Summon Demise, King of Armageddon, which destroys all cards if I'm correct. Paying 2,000 life points, destroys all cards on the field except for itself. Oh yeah. Goodbye. And now comes Demise. That deck seems like a lot of fun, honestly. And the best part about these is they usually give you these decks once you're done with it, that's awesome, if you ask me. Yeah, there it is. I would enjoy playing with that deck. If you control a face-up, no face-up card to activate this effect, destroy all attack position monsters, destroy all defense position. Don't need that. Renewal of the World, when this card is activated, banish one ritual monster from your deck. You can send this card to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Tribute one monster from your hand or field, or shuffle one ritual monster from your graveyard into the deck whose level exceeds. Then ritual summon the one from the graveyard? Oh, I'll put that one down. That seems pretty neat. We have plenty of her. Get rid of her. Maybe I read that wrong. Okay. Oh, okay. Tribute one monster. That couldn't have felt good. Another one to bring out ritual cards. I could care less about my main deck, thank you. The end of the world is upon us. Alright. You can ritual summon this card with blah blah blah. If this card is ritual summon, it can make 2 attacks, okay? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one ritual monster you control while it's face up on your field. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when your ritual monster declares an attack. What about the other one? You can target one ritual monster you control while it's face up on the field. Your opponent cannot activate cards. Okay, same thing. So both will be protected. Be safe. I suppose we don't need to do anything but attack. Oh, I'm one short, huh? Handles very well. Alright, clear rewards. I get the deck. Turning of the world. Ruin and demise. Continuing the story. The red being, Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, brings to the world a reversal of time, when evil has spread throughout civilization, and when the world's end is in sight. The red being returns the world to a state before that cause of evil occurred. There are cases in which the reversal may restore the world to a primordial state full of intelligent life. In this way, the world is reborn with hopes that life will transpire on the correct path. For those living in the current world, this would be synonymous with extinction. The process is rewinding the world to promote the proper development of life. What if the world continually takes a wrong path no matter how many times it restarts? The black being, the king of Armageddon, brings about the true end of the world. Its formidable power crushes the world's very foundations and eradicates all living things. There remains no trace that the world was there, only absolute nothingness. The Queen of Oblivion and King of Armageddon. What lies in the heart of a being who witnessed the destruction of the world countless times over eons? That remains unknown to those who disappear. After getting Ruin and Demise, you get the structure deck that gives you everything else you need through there. I end up going through the rest of the completion of the top stages, and what it really led to is just getting a few extra cards that can help you further on as you go through building a deck for Ruin and Demise. So you get all the cards you need to have the base structure of the deck, and of course eventually you do have to get more cards on the store. So yeah, that's the advancement of that story. I hope you like it. Please let me know if you want something different. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, The Ranger John. I would love to have you stop in, give me some input. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I play multiple games, and I would love to see you there. Anyway, thank you.